Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Flash. We are now on to episode 3 of season 7, which is called Mother. We've heard as far as Mother since last season was that is what all of Eva's creations call Eva, or Mirror Eva, Pod Eva. I'm not sure what we're calling her, but that Eva. They've all referred to her as Mother. And so I'm thinking that this is what we're coming down to, is that we're probably referring to Eva's minions. I'm really hoping, though, that we don't have Iris waking up and, like, calling Eva Mother, because, listen, Iris has been through so much already, and my boy Barry has been without his wife for way too long. I just don't want to see any more barriers come between them. We'll have to see. We're not going to know until we watch the episode, which we're about to do. But before we do, you know the drill. If you have been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I do more reactions to The Flash and any other kind of geeky shows you might be into, because I react to quite a few of them. So hopefully you like it here and you'll join the fam. I promise we do not try to steal your soul or put you into a mirrorverse if, you know, we want to take over the world or anything like that. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into this episode right about now.
Mary. Help her. Help her. Iris. Iris.
Or just stand there. Hello? We can use Caitlin right about now.
I'm running a full diagnostics on the artificial Speed Force machine. It worked before, it can work again. All we need to do is just figure out.
No. I'm done with that thing. You saw what it turned me into. I'm not done. Connecting with something artificial isn't going to work for me.
Interesting. But yes, thank God, because I never liked the idea of Barry being reliant on an external Speed Force anyway.
If he's not your uncle, who is he?
Oh no, not Attack of the Pod, people!
In there. Those are not my parents. I know, it sounds crazy, and when Ralph mentioned pod people a while back, I thought it was nuts too, but I'm telling you, that's not them.
Nailed it.
I know what's happening.
Move.
Oh, you tried it. You tried it. Better keep your hands off the rest of the West family, you hear me? You mirror freak.
I mean, why does she want us in the mirrorverse?
She wants us out of the way. These aren't just abductions. It's a full-blown invasion.
Invasion of the Pod people! Sorry.
Oh, man. Body snatchers. So, what are we gonna do?
I think we should all stay together in the same room at all times and never stop looking at each other.
The citizen doesn't work without you, so just, please.
Screw the paper. Her husband doesn't work without her, okay?
Let's get Iris back.
Who the hell is that? Barry, get away from the glass!
Why haven't you done the work that really matters?
Because I've been busy saving the world every other season. What you mean?
Oh, thanks. Tupac.
Wait.
I didn't. Eva let me go.
I just got that.
The universe required a balancing act. One Wells to make up for all those lost.
One ring to rule them all.
Cause whatever's wrong, let me help you. Because they would want me to.
So are you human? Because you just materialized. Let's talk about that.
Run toward love.
Oh, I'm like, have you seen Barry run without the Speed Force? It's not pretty. Love you, Grant.
Nash?
No. He's like, how many times do I have to have this conversation? Maybe you should just wear a shirt that says not Nash.
How's that possible?
Oh,
Where were you guys 2.5 minutes ago? I explained all of this.
Can you fix him?
Right, I'll get him in the mobile biogenic container.
So we recast Ralph?
Right this way, Ralph.
Come with me so you'll take on the trial.
This is it. Okay, so they recasted Ralph, and now this whole accident is why we're going to explain the new actor.
I'll never stop fighting to reach you.
That's right. You preach, baby.
I may be the paragon of love, but that's only because you're my heart.
Ah, did I not call that? I told y'all. Oh! Lightning rod.
how it related to my speed. I think it's because of my connection with Iris. Our love is just as strong as the lightning bolt that hit me 7 years ago.
You all better stop preaching!
Speed Force energy is still in Iris. How do we get it out of her?
Well, you know, it's a G-rated show, but... Hey! Queen has entered the room. Y'all better bow down. Y'all go. This is too much for someone's Westallen heart. You can't do this. Miss him. Well, Nora. Whoa! Hey, Iris, turn it down. We weren't expecting all that. Iris charged.
I know you find your way back to me.
Always. Finally! Barry's got his bow back. We just end the season here, guys. Mission accomplished. Yes.
Flash!
Yes.
And if you want to be with her, there's only one way.
She's so tiny. The actress who plays Lucille, I just want to put her in my pocket. Oh, a suit.
Maybe I should bring mine.
Oh, you gotta admit, that's a pretty good trick. Yes, lightning throw, girl. Oh, and it's chain now. Okay, Barry. That's what I like to see. I'm sorry, do we have a twin tornado of lightning? About freaking time, Flash. Thank you. Uh-oh. I was in your world too long, Eve. I learned all your tricks. Back at ya.
That's impossible.
Is it?
You're still not strong enough to beat me.
You sure?
Yeah.
The foundation for a better world is compassion, not violence.
Amen. Speak it!
It's not working.
Ma'am, you tell me you created these things, you can't even control them. But then again, I keep forgetting she is still crazy. That's right. See, all these hands are nice and gloved up. No panorama spread in here. Oh, it's so good to see him in the vibe glasses again.
I'm pretty sure we owe our lives to a certain speedster. And his better half.
Think. Sing, preach, everybody's singing Iris's praises. I don't know who's in the writing crew this year, but they all deserve awards. You hear me?
Good luck.
Never come back. Don't take it the wrong way, but we never want to see you again. Ever.
And so I now have a choice between moving forward from this point without her
Or going back.
or going back to her.
Yeah, maybe we should talk to Barry about going back and changing the way things happen, because it never works out well for us.
How exactly do you travel in time?
I turn into green dust,
Easy.
much like Tinkerbell.
Like this.
Don't inhale deeply, you might end up with a nose full of wells.
What? You know I love to lose myself to dancing.
Don't worry, Ralph. A few more days. So, did you ever think about joining Team Flash?
No.
Could use somebody with your skills.
No, we're good.
Me?
We're full.
Hang up with.
4 different colors.
The new series, Superman and Lois, is coming.
Oh no. Okay, so okay, guys. For the DC folks out there who know nothing, please let me know who has the different kinds of lightning. What colors were those again? We got green lightning, red lightning, yellow lightning, and blue lightning. But interesting. Interesting. Not only did my girl give back Barry his powers, but she just a... Queen Iris was like the queen of all the Speed Forces? Y'all, I don't even know what to say. This episode, listen, okay. Let me break it down in two ways. First off, they ended the Mirror Mistress thing, which I didn't expect them to do it so early in the season. But considering that this is kind of like the second half of last season, it's not that jarring because like she really was a huge part of the last season. But I guess they just decided that that was enough of her and this whole Mirrorverse thing, which I'm not that sad about. And the reason I said that was because, again, in the first episode I mentioned that we had brought in the Godspeed doppels that were popping in and out last season, as well as there was another storyline that just slipped out of my head. But yeah, there was like 3 or 4 things going on last season. Too many. So the fact that we no longer have to worry about Eva from, it looks like, the foreseeable future at least, is a good thing. We don't need any more, especially if the whole Godspeed thing is still happening. So now the Black Hole is out of the way, and Eva, actually was Black Hole, wasn't it? So yeah, Black Hole and Eva are now both no longer a thing. That just leaves the Godspeed doppels, which we've seen nothing of since the season came back. But as I said, that's fine. We had more than enough on our plates with Barry having no speed and Iris being trapped and all the other things. So now we kind of have a clean slate for the rest of the season. And I don't know how many episodes are planned for this season because I know that things are still weird with filming, etc. So we may not have our traditional 20-odd episodes this year, but that still leaves a huge gap. Like the big baddie is already done. Bye to Eva. She was an interesting villain. Still not my favorite. I think the Thinker will always, so far, the Thinker has still been my absolute favorite. Thawne was a close second though. Thawne was my favorite villain. And I mean like season 1 Thawne until the Thinker. So we'll have to see if anybody comes to top either of them. But Eva was not it for me. Her storyline was interesting. Definitely had some merit. But it's done now. So thanks for that. So I don't know what else to say. I gotta feel like it felt a bit abrupt. But I'm okay with it. Oh yes, we also still have Ramsey. I mean, Ramsey is still a factor. He was kind of in and out for last season as well, but maybe he's going to make a reappearance since they did mention him a couple of times. But now on to the juiciest parts of this episode. Y'all, this was a Westallen love fest that is 7 years in the making, but like it's on time and yet late. Woo, Chile, we have been waiting. We have been waiting for Iris to get the props that she deserves and where she belongs in Barry's life. Finally articulated in English, slowly, clearly, with full chests and all volume. Yes, there's no more. There's no room now for all the people. If there are still people watching this show, like if you're in season 7 and you still be talking about, oh, Iris is not the right one and Barry gonna fall in love with somebody else, and all the other nonsense we used to hear back in the beginning of this show, the writers made it abundantly, unequivocally, and inarguably clear in this episode exactly who and what Miss Iris is to Bartholomew Allen, okay? And that is, what was it? What was it now?
You're my heart.
His heart. It's his heart. Yeah, he said the words. I said it last week because, girl, I'm smart and I'm clairvoyant. I just know, though. They made it clear. They've said it in little ways and they've hinted at it and they've been very poetic about it in past seasons, but they spelt it out for us this episode, y'all. Iris is Barry's heart. He is the paragon of love, but you can't have love with no heart. And guess what? Iris is his heart. Period. Pooh. That's it. There's nothing. That's it. End of debate. There is no argument. That is his wife, his partner in crime, the mother of his future children, his everything. Barry was ready to give up on the whole damn world when he thought he couldn't get Iris back. And then we got that throwback to the spark that we got back when Barry was in his coma the first time, because that woman has always been the source of Barry's power, whether it be his speed or just his endurance, his courage, all the things that they say that Barry is. Iris is the reason. Iris is it. And it has been just shouted from the rooftops proudly and loudly this season, and I am in love with it. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Give me more. That was amazing. I loved it. I love that we finally got that. 100% clear. And that Iris got to be the one to give him his speed back, to be the person who gave Barry his groove back. Iris Westallen did that, okay? Not Killer Frost, not Vibe, not one of the Wells, not Team Flash, Iris. So, I'm sorry, I'm done now. For those who've been here since the beginning, you know what we have been through as Westallen fans. You know the disrespect and the complete and utter just filth that we have been dragged through just to get to this moment, to finally have this said out loud. Because it wasn't enough. You know, Barry choosing Iris over and over again, marrying this woman in the future, having a child with her, everything. That was not enough for everybody, but now they spelt it out. It is Iris and Barry forever. That's it. So, that established. Outside of that monumental, amazing, and super important thing, we also see that Barry now is a source of a speed force. And I'm glad that now I think we're to the point where Barry is no longer reliant on some external thing to access his speed. He now realizes it's something that exists that he can tap into. I mean, in this case, they said, you know, Iris was like the spark of that, but it resides in Barry now. So he no longer has to worry about some machine being broken or some speed force getting sick and whatever. It's something Barry now is tuned into and he can access when he needs to. But as we saw at the end there, that big burst of power that came out of Iris, like, yeah, I don't know what that, I guess it's really, like I said, my guess is that it's all the other speedsters that are in the Flash verse right now that potentially all got their speed back at the same time, because the Speed Force was connected to all of them. So yeah, I suppose that's my guess. I don't really know, but that's what I'm going to assume happened with that. I'm hoping it wasn't something bad, but I don't think so. As far as the Wells situation, okay, I'll take the explanation. The only thing I can think of is that Tom Cavanaugh, who's the actor, maybe is just a casual character now instead of being a regular cast member. Maybe he's just a recurring character, and now this explanation will give him an excuse to pop in and out and not necessarily need to be around for every episode like he was in past seasons. But sure, if we got a Wells, sure, I guess. I'm really ambivalent either way, because I don't dislike Tom Cavanaugh, but I also feel like it's fine not to have a whole character dedicated, the time dedicated to his character in an already very full, very, very, very full cast. And for God's sakes, can we please finally get some growth on Cisco? Now that these writers have rectified one colossal wrong, please, Lord, let's move on to giving Cisco his powers back. I'm not giving up on it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not giving up on the idea that he'll be a meta again. But yes, let's get some development with Cisco finally. And it was really cute to also hear that him and Camilla apparently have got a future together. I like him with Camilla. Yeah, there wasn't too much else to talk about in this episode. We just, like I said, wrapped up one of the bigger storylines of last season. Now we're kind of free to go into this season with Lord knows what, because there's so many question marks as to what's going to happen this year. I don't think we're getting a crossover this year because for obvious reasons, but yeah, where are we going to go with Team Flash now that Mirror Mistress is out of the way? And is Iris actually free of Mirror Mistress's powers? That's it for this episode, guys. What did you guys think? What do you believe that all the lightning at the end meant? Please, as I said before, put your theories below, or if you already know, please put that below as well. Let's see what we might be setting up for the rest of the season. And if you liked this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time, see ya!